Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Woo, it's your girl, CY or Cycy4real. Come to this side where the peace surpass them all understanding. Okay, so today we're going to be discussing about how I left or why I left the New Age and what the New Age is. Basically, New Age is just another scam of a religion based on spirituality and all those demonic beliefs. So I started New Age in 2020 during COVID, and actually a friend introduced the New Age to me, and it was just out of boredom, sheer boredom. And a friend was like, "Oh my God, let's just watch these readings. Like, what's your sign? Let me put for you the readings, and then we watch, and then we see if it resonates." And then when we started watching, we were watching for my sign at that time, and my friend was like, "Oh my God, this resonates, this is so you." I was like, "Yeah, this is so me." Oh, how did she know these things are true? And so that is how my journey with astrology just went up, and I started believing in those things. And fast forward, I started watching these things. And then when I was watching these things, at that time I was watching Love Tarot. I was checking out my love life because my love life was like I didn't know what was happening. So the tarot reading was saying that, oh, you have this guy, he's your ex, but you guys are supposed to be together, and he's supposed to be the person that marries you. And I was like, oh my God. And that time I didn't have feelings for that person because they were an ex. It was just like whatever. And so tarot made me like, oh my God, so this is the guy I'm supposed to be with. Then I think that I should be reaching out, I should be making things work. And disaster. So I started developing feelings again once more, and disaster struck like heartbreak. So me getting a heartbreak was like it was so bad, and when I got that heartbreak, I decided that okay, that was like, I don't know what the name is, but it was like the trigger for, because they have a special name in New Age. I can't remember it, but it was like the trigger for the spiritual journey to begin. So I started the spiritual journey after that heartbreak. So I started reading because I'm a researcher. I like me some good, like, controversial knowledge, baby. I'm there. So I started like digging stuff, looking for new age things, and I started deep diving, and I thought like, okay, this is the thing that I want to believe in, because I want to be in control with the universe and blah blah blah, with the esoteric and exoteric knowledge. I want to know about my ancestors, and I want to know about all the synchronicities, and I'm telling you, scam. So in the tarot now, I started watching financial tarot. I stopped watching the love because I was like, oh my God, love is for the birds. I don't think I'm gonna do that because the heartbreak was massive. And so when I started watching the financial tarot, it was like, oh, your music is supposed to kick off sometime soon, and you need to be thinking of ways to boost it, and your music is gonna do well if you. Oh my God, all the answers. And so I was like, oh my God, yeah, I have this project and I want it out. So how am I manifesting this? So I started manifesting. So I actually manifested that my comeback, because at that time I was dormant in music. So I manifested my comeback to music at that time, and the comeback was great. So I didn't know this whole time that whatever I was doing was demonic, because I was letting the enemy impose. So the enemy, the devil, basically. So I was coming into agreement with the devil's plans for my life at that time, and I was actually thinking it was God. Like, so what was conflicting now in this journey was because definitely I knew about Christ. I was like, I knew about Christ in my life, and I was a believer at that time. So it was conflicting, like, why does, now that I started this new age, how comes like Jesus is no longer there? There used to be a conflicting belief, like, even when I pray, why can't I pray like pray in Jesus' name, and all that stuff, in like Jesus, like it used to conflict. And I used to say, okay, maybe it's just new age. Like new age, I think you just have to follow new age and leave the Jesus stuff, because oh my God, Jesus is not cool at that time. But I used to pray still, but not warfare, not, I just used to say our Father, Hail Mary, and Archangel Michael's prayer. So going on, I started noticing like sleep paralysis was like shocking me all the time. Like almost every night I would experience sleep paralysis. And I was like, what is happening? And then apart from sleep paralysis, I used to experience like rape in my sleep. So every night I'd get raped. Like, what is happening? Like, what is happening? And people used to say it's not good when you dream that, and no solutions. And even if they told me the solutions at that time, I was like, oh, I'm a new age babe. So going on, That was 2020. So going on to 2021, something just told me like, why don't you stop this watching tarot? Why don't you just stop watching tarot? And I was like, ah, okay, let me just stop watching it. And I didn't know at that time what was pulling me not to watch the tarot. But all in all, I stopped. And then fast forward to my 26th birthday, but the attacks were still there, the sleep paralysis was still there, but it was minimal. It was now not like every day. It was like taking breaks. So my 26th, and then after that, I just felt a shift on my 26th birthday. There's something different I felt on that dinner table. I can't forget it. I just felt different, and I felt like as if I'm going to start a new journey on my own. I felt different. And upon that, I got saved a few days from that, and I started now getting to know that, oh my God, all this time I have been doing a scam religion, and I left Jesus Christ alone to follow this other religion that was not even good, not even fulfilling, because I still had problems. Even in the manifesting, things didn't go well. And I left the will of Jesus to do the enemy's will, because I was coming into agreement with whatever that was being said in the tarot. I used to believe it, and I used to take it to heart. And some of it I used to make a point and make those prophecies that were being narrated to come true. So I definitely was open to the spirit of divination, and I came into agreement with so many things. But definitely I renounced having taken part in tarot, having taken part in those divination things. I renounced those zodiac signs. I am not this, I am not this, I am not zebra, I am not scorpions, I am not those things. I renounced it openly. I came out of agreement with those things because they were causing those things. And let me tell you, immediately I renounced those things. Sleep paralysis is a thing of the past. Like, no. Those spiritual spouses that came in through those doors, and definitely fornication too, but definitely those spiritual spouses that came through that door, they disappeared. And let me tell you, if you are someone who is still watching those things, you are going to be attacked every night. You're going to be attacked, because when you come into agreement with where the demons playground, like you have been playing where the demons have been playing. So when you are in agreement with that, definitely you are going to come in, you're going to be harassed, because I was being harassed, because it got to a point, trust me, when you're being raped every night and deep inside you there's something wrong, you're not going to feel okay. And when you're being raped at night or things like that are happening, do you know that is usually the enemy planting seeds so you can go and actually perpetuate whatever the prophecy says? So if the prophecy says you're supposed to get pregnant by June, and those things are happening, you are being they call it astral rape in the new age, and you're being raped astrally. That is a seed being planted for you to go and get pregnant, because after that you're going to feel the urge to look for a guy. And when you do that, you are doing it out of God's will. Definitely that's fornication, because at that point you're not even married. You're going to get that guy, you're going to do the do, and you're going to get pregnant. And yes, you're fulfilling that prophecy. So they're going to be helping you because you came into an agreement with their own things. So I was doing the music, and it was secular music at that time, and that was not what God had planned for my life. So look at it, I was wasting time coming into agreement with the enemy's will to waste my time, not because, okay, music is my purpose. That was what I was prepared to do. So, and I knew that from even before I was saved. So I knew I was doing or moving in my purpose.